Hello everyone and welcome to today's science lesson. Our topic is the human body. And inside the human body, what is it? The circulatory system. So by the end of this lesson, you will able to describe the parts of the circulatory system and their function is, and also you will able to understand how the circulatory system of other animals are similar to ours, and also learn how to measure pulse rates and record the results. And also you will able to make a prediction and carry out of a fair test on the effect of exercise on pulse rate. And also you will able to use evidence to explain your finds. So let's get started. First of all, I want to just activate your knowledge. You know that inside your body you have many different organs. Each organ has a special job and to keep us alive and healthy, right? So I want to ask some quick question and you will answer, then I'm gonna start it. So which organ is found in the head? Yes, the brain. And the next one, which organ are found in the chest? Correct, the heart and lungs. Let's go for the third one. Which organ pumps blood around the body? That's right, the heart. And the last one, can you name two organs in the digestive system? Very good, the stomach and the intestines. So today we are going to focus on the most important system in your body, which is the circulatory system. Okay, it's one of the most important one. Okay, so the circulatory system. So first of all, we have to know what circulatory system is. The circulatory system carries food, oxygen and other essential materials to all the parts of the body, and it also removes waste substances like carbon dioxide. I mean, it's not only giving oxygen and food, it's going to remove the waste back to, it will return back to the heart. Like what? Like carbon dioxide. So we have three main parts of the circulatory system, which are these: the heart and the blood and the blood vessels. So let's go in detail one by one. Let's see what are they. First of all, the heart. So now I just want you to place your hand gently on your chest, and you will just I want to know that, can you feel your heartbeat if you gently place your hand on your chest? So why does your heart beat? Have you ever thought about this question? Why does your heart beat? So your heart is a special muscle and its job is pumping blood throughout the body. Okay, so it's a special muscle that pumps blood to the whole body, and it locates where? Inside the chest. And it has been protected by the ribs, as you see here. Okay, you can see that the heart is inside the chest. The ribs are going to protect the heart. So, and here is something. This pumping blood through all the body has a name, which is what? Circulation. Circulation is the process that the heart pumps blood throughout the body. This process is circulation, and the heart will never stop. Okay, the heart never rests. It beats continuously. Look, I like this. It's continuously going to beat like that. So, and every time when your heart beat, I mean during each heart beating, the heart muscles contract. Okay, this contracting will push the blood out. I mean, like out of the heart, for where? Into the blood vessels. sending it all around the body. Then when it relaxes, blood flows back in. Flows back to the into the heart, and it's going to be ready for the next beat, of course. So, and let's see what we have mentioned the heart right now. We finish it. Now let's go for the other two parts. One is blood. Blood is one of the main parts of the circulatory system. Blood is a red liquid that flows through your body. So that is the definition of the blood. But what are the jobs of this blood? Why is it important? So here this is the blood, as you see, and here are the functions. It carries oxygen, food particles, and hormones to the cell. That the only job? No. It has another function, which is that one, the second one you see here. It carries away waste like carbon dioxide. As you know that one of the wastes is the most important. The most waste in the blood is carbon dioxide. It has some others, but the most one is carbon dioxide. So, and that was about the blood. What about, and blood moves through the body. Where? In blood vessels. Okay, the blood moves through the body in blood vessels. So let's see, what are the blood vessels? You know that we have three main blood vessels. As we said that we have three main parts of the circulatory system, which were the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. Now we have blood vessels. We have three main types of the blood vessels too. We have three types of blood vessels. The blood vessels like arteries, veins, capillaries. So let's see what are their functions one by one. As you see from this side here. So by the way, first of all, that you have to know that we have these three, and each of them is here. Down is artery, and here is veins. And capillary is going to be this smaller one, okay, the narrow ones, okay. So artery carry blood away from the heart. It means that one, the job is of artery, the function of artery is carrying food and oxygen, which is inside the blood, take it from the blood, the heart, for all the other organs. That is the function of artery. What about vein? Is completely opposite. It's going to carry blood back to the heart. Artery carry blood. Arteries carry blood away from the heart. Veins carry blood back to the heart. It means completely opposite. So what about capillaries? Capillaries, tiny blood vessels where exchange of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nutrients happen. It means in the exchanging of oxygen, carbon dioxide, nutrients are all going to take place in capillaries. You know that. Artery is going to bring blood with food and oxygen. Veins are going to take back the wastes to the heart, right? But how will they exchange this oxygen and this waste? It's all going to take place in arteries. So, and let's see how blood moves. Let's see how blood moves through the body. Like from the heart to the organs and coming back. So, let's see. And as you see that, here is blood cycle in the circulation. As you see, here is the heart and the veins and also the arteries here. We don't have the capillaries actually here because it must be in the hands and the very tiny narrow places. So let's see what is the cycle of the heart. First of all, I have written that like that. Right side of the heart, left side of the heart, lungs and body. You can just forget about right side and left side. Actually, it's kinda detailed for your level for grade 6. You can say heart for lungs like this, okay? So, first of all, This is how blood moves around the body. Okay, in number one, the first step is the heart pumps blood in arteries to the lungs. It means from the heart to the lungs, from the heart to the lungs, here, from the heart to the lungs. Okay, and where it picks up oxygen, of course. It means the heart will send the blood without oxygen. I mean blood without oxygen, low oxygen. These are deoxygenated. We'll send it to the lungs for what? To pick up oxygen. It means it's going to be oxygen-rich blood after leaving, while it's going to leave it. So the second step is the oxygen-rich blood. The oxygen-rich blood then travels back to the heart. You see, from the heart to the lungs again. It's going to come back to the heart. You see, until now. 1, 2, 3. Let's go for the third step. So the heart pumps it again through the arteries. Is that going to be for the lungs again? No, it's full of oxygen. The first time it was low of oxygen, there was no oxygen there. That's why heart sent it to the lungs to pick up oxygen. But now it already has oxygen, right? So it means when lungs send it to the heart, it won't come back to the lungs again. This time the heart pumps it again through the arteries, but for where? To whole body, for the body. And what's going to happen there? The blood then returns through the veins carrying carbon dioxide and other wastes back to the heart. I mean, this is the cycle. It's going to continue like that. From the heart, the blood without oxygen will go for the lungs. It's going to pick up the oxygen there. It's going to be full of oxygen. Then it's going to come back to the heart again. Then the heart is going to pump it again, pump it out. But for where this time? For the body. It's going to go for all the cells in the body, and all the cells will give it back. I mean, their wastes. All the waste inside the cell will give it to the blood. The blood is going to return it back to the heart. Then the heart give it to the lungs, full of oxygen, again for the heart. Heart will send it to the body for the heart. You know, the cycle is continue like that, continuously. So that's how blood moves through the body, through the circulatory system. Okay, so that's the cycle of the circulatory system. This cycle is going to be repeated continuously all time. Okay, so now we have something else. Many vertebrates have a circulatory system similar to ours. Not only the vertebrates, we can see the vertebrates. Yeah, that one is kind of more detailed, but for your age we can say that some animals. But if you know that the vertebrate part, it's better. The vertebrate part of the animals, some of them have similar circulatory system like ours. Like what? We have some examples. Like as you see from the picture, you see that like fish, like frog, like birds. So let's just talk about their circulatory system shortly. So a fish has a simple system. Actually, the fish, what do you call, the circulatory system of the fish is very simple. Like what? Blood passes through the gills to pick up oxygen and then moves into the body. Like this, continuously. The gills here, full of oxygen. You know that the fish don't have lungs; they have gills, right? So it means this is going to help the fish to take the oxygen from the water. It means all the oxygen of the fish will be here. You know, the oxygen in our body comes from our lungs, but the oxygen of the fish is going to come from the gills. So you know that the blood passes through the gills here, to pick up oxygen. You know, we said that it's going to take oxygen. Here is full of oxygen. It's going to pick up the oxygen and then moves to the body. Then again, it's going to come back to the heart for the gills again, then go for the body again. But a frog, you know, the frog has a double system, guys. Why do we say double? Why didn't we say for the human, for the fish? Why didn't we say something like that? Because frog, the frogs are going to like breathe by like take oxygen by their lungs and also their skin. So now it has double system. Blood goes through both the lungs and the skin to collect oxygen. It's going to just pass through the lungs and the skin just to collect the oxygen. So what about the bird? Bird has a circulatory system very similar to the human, which is like that. With the blood, where the blood traveling like this, as you see here. Here is the lungs here, the heart is there, and here is the body. Okay, so and you know that the blue one is vein and the red one is artery, and same like the human, as I showed you before. So a bird has circulatory system very similar to the body. As I said, this one, maybe I bring this one, like someone or asks you which kind of animal has a very similar circulatory system to the human. You can just say simply, it's bird. Why? Because the blood blood traveling through the lungs and then pump it to the body. Exactly. The heart is going to give it to the lungs, then come back to the heart is going to pump to the body. Exactly like the human, as you see that. So this demonstrates that the circulation is important for all living things. So by the way, as you see that, this is going to show us that all living things have circulation. It means circulation is important for all the living things, not only for the human. So that was all about the circulatory system, the cycle, and some other animals, they have it. Now I just want to talk about the heartbeat and the pulse. So the heart, as I have mentioned before, of course, the heart never rests. We said if it's going to take a rest, of course you will die. Inshallah you won't. So the heart never rests, it beats continuously, but you have to know that it's going to beat, heart beats about 90 times a minute in children, and also 70 times a minute in adults. So you have to know these two. For children, it's going to beat about 90 times a minute, and for adults, the heart is going to beat 70 times a minute. Okay? So that's how you just keep alive, you know. Otherwise, you will pass away. Okay? You will just die, inshallah, as I said, you won't. But this is how you stay alive, by this beating. If heart stop beating, of course, our body is going to stop working. All the parts of the body, because all the parts needs blood and oxygen, which heart is going to provided by this heart beating. Will send the blood, pushing out the blood by this heart beating. So now in both cases, okay, so the heartbeat will increase when your body needs more oxygen. Of course, you know that when you are running, when you are playing or any other things, because then your heart is going to beat very fast like this one, and during any exercising your body is going to be I mean you will get tired, and also your body needs more oxygen. That's why it's going to beat faster to provide more oxygen. So that's what's going to happen to the heartbeat during exercising. You have to know, when you exercise, your heartbeat will be faster. Why? Because it's going to send more blood. What do we have inside this blood? We have oxygen. It means our body needs more oxygen. Our muscles need more oxygen because they are moving, they are working, they are exercising. And now you can just count your heartbeat by feeling your pulse, as is here. But like exactly, if you just gently or like a little press it on the neck and your wrist, of course, as you see from these two sides, here and there, from the picture you can see those. So you can just count the pulse. But what pulse is that the same with the heartbeat? So your pulse is caused by the pressure of the blood which heart pumps into the body. It means when you press on this arteries here, there too. So how many times the blood moves through it very fast, you will just feel it. Then you can just count it in a minute. Like take the time for a minute, and how many times is that going to beat, like make this pulse in that minute. And if you just repeat it for 3 times, it's better actually. If you repeat it for 3 times, you can just record the result. And by the way, now I just want to ask you to do this, right? Stop the video and just pause it and count this for a minute. Just put 2 of those fingers, as you see the fingers, on your wrist or the neck, never mind, any of them. It's not much important. You can just choose one of them and do it. Take the time for a minute and just push them. I press on these 2 arteries, one of them, and count it. How many times is that going to make this pulse? Is that going to beat? According to your what do you call how the pressure of the blood which moves through it. When the pressure will increase, the pressure of the blood moves through the artery, you will going to feel it. And just count it and show me. Okay, just like these 2 fingers on your wrist and neck, and then count it for a minute. Then write down the result for me. Okay, each of you. Let's see which one is faster, which one is slower. Okay. And first of all, before summarizing, actually I just want to say something. I want you to do something like this, okay? It's like kind of related to this one, like this, making the pause. You can do something else. Just like predict what will happen if your pause after exercising. What will happen? Let's see. For example, you are counting your pause, and what's gonna happen if you just exercise for about like 5 minutes? What's gonna happen? Is that going to increase, decrease? Is it going to be the same, constant? What's gonna happen? First, I just want you, all of you, just predict something like what's going to happen to the pulse, to the heartbeat. Then do this, whatever I tell you right now. Just test it and measure it before the activity. First of all, when you predict it, it's okay. Just take the prediction. Now, just do it. Count it for a minute before the activity. Then go and run, but not very slowly. Run very fast. You have to be tired. Then record the result. Measure it again after the activity. After it, when you do it before, count it and take the result. Then go like play around, like running, whatever you do makes you tired, whatever. Just do it for about 5 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, you can just do 3 minutes too. So just do it, then record it after finishing the exercise, directly after this. After that, for the third one, we will have 3 recording. One before the activity, the second one is after the activity, and the third one is like take a rest for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, then measure the pulse again. Did you understand this one? 3 times. One before the activity, measure it, and exactly after the activity, and 10 minutes after taking the rest after the activity. Just count, and we can say measure your pulse and write down for me. Okay, just write it. Before the activity, that one, the number, just write the records, and after the activity, and also 10 minutes after the activity, just write down. Let's see how your pulse and your heartbeat are going to change. So I think you just understood everything from that part. I hope you understood everything. Now I just want to summarize it. Let's just give a conclusion, like recap in this, and let's summarize what we have learned today. So the circulatory system is made up of the heart, the blood, and the blood vessels. And also the second one, another point is the heart pumps blood continuously around the body, And also we have learned that blood carries like oxygen, food to the cells, and also removes the waste product like carbon dioxide. Arteries, veins, and capillaries are have different jobs in circulation. Of course, as you know, arteries take in the blood full of oxygen and food, nutrients to the organs. Veins full of waste, take it back to them, return back to the heart. Capillaries for exchanging the oxygen and the wastes. So, and humans share similar circulatory system with other animals, but with some differences. Of course, they must have some differences, not exactly the same. So we can measure pulse rates to study how exercise affects the body. As we have the this kind of activity, as I told you before. Just do it before the activity, after the activity, and 10 minutes after the activity. Then you will know, you will directly know that how your pulse rate will change depending on activities. Okay, will get affected by the activities. And the circulatory system is one of the most important systems, of course, systems in the human body, because it keeps all the cells alive, as you know. So that's it. I hope you understood everything, and if you have any questions, of course, you can just write it down. We'll be happy to answer you.